everybody, it's Rowan here with One Cool Earth. Today we're going to be talking about how to make our own compost system at our very own homes, and what types of foods we're going to be putting in our compost, and how to keep our compost super healthy. So if you remember from our last lesson, compost is the material that breaks down from food scraps, from leaves, from plant materials, and all of that stuff breaks down to create compost. And compost is really good for enriching our soils and helping out our garden. So we can make a compost pile outside by just putting our scraps all into one pile in our garden, or we can create it in a container like this. So what types of materials go into a compost? I like to put food scraps in my compost, so I put fruit and vegetable scraps, different peels, like banana peels, orange peels, eggshells, coffee grounds are really good, different grains, breads, any types of materials that will break down. Things that should not be put in your compost are salty foods, super oily foods. No kinds of dairy or meat should ever be put in your compost, only vegetable products. And then also we want to be putting dried leaves and lots of paper or newspaper into our compost. So it's really important when we're creating our compost system that we have a good balance of things called brown materials and things called green materials. Green materials give a lot of nitrogen to our compost, and brown materials give a lot of carbon to our compost. So we need to be making sure that we're adding enough of the brown materials, which is things like dried leaves, things like dried paper, things that will dry out our compost. So I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to add things to my very own compost. So this is my kitchen scraps in here. You can see I have a lot of just fruit and veggie scraps, ground coffee, and eggshells. And I'm going to be placing that into my container. And then I'm also going to be adding my brown materials, which is pieces of paper that I've cut up, along with dried leaves. And that's going to help make sure that my compost doesn't get too wet. So over time, as I collect kitchen scraps, I'm going to continue to add them to this compost, keep checking on it, and add any water if it gets too dry. So that is how you create your very own compost system at your house, and I hope that you all create one at your home. Thank you.